Now we will do this lesson, add and subtract rational expressions. نحن already we did the multiply and divide. We have the same idea linked to the factorize and define the denominator, but we have something special here to know. I have two different fractional expressions. We need to add them. You know from grade 8 and grade 7 that every time you need to add a fraction or subtract a fraction, they have the same denominator. يعني if I want to give you, for example, you need to add 1 over 2 plus 1 over 5, I cannot add them like this, or I cannot subtract. I need to have the same denominator. So you need to multiply the first one, for example, here by 5, and the second one by 2 to have the common denominator 10. So I will have 5 plus 2 over 10, and then I can add them to have 7 over 10. I will have the same idea here, but my numerator and denominator are not numbers, they are expressions. So that's why I need to be careful for the condition. So I will give you a first example, example 1, a simple one, then I will make it harder and harder. If I have, for example, to add 7 over 4x plus 3 over 4x. If I look at my denominators, they are the same, so I don't have any problem. So first I need to make the condition for x not equal to 0. It gives me x not equal to 0 over 4. Yani x not equal to 0. And then now, since I have the same denominator, I can put them both under the same denominator. 7 plus 3 over 4x is equal 10 over 4x. Now, I can simplify by dividing, for example, by 2. It's 5 over 2x. Okay, that's it. Now, I will give you another example. I will make it harder and harder. Let's do this one, for example. Let's say I want to do 2x plus 3 over x plus 5 minus 4x plus 1 over x plus 5. First, all the time, look at the denominator. I have it the same, so I don't have any problem. So I write the condition first. So x plus 5 cannot be equal to 0. X cannot be equal to minus 5. And then now I can work. The second one, you need to be careful here. When you have minus and there is expression, you need to put parentheses here so you will not have any calculations, especially here there is a minus before. And this minus is for the 4x and the 1. So I'll have 2x plus 3 minus 4x plus 1. I have the same denominator, so I can write it directly over x plus 5, and then it's equal, I will do my calculation. It's 2x plus 3 minus 4x minus 1. So minus times 4x minus 4x, minus times plus 1 minus 1 over x plus 5. And now I do the operation. 2x minus 4x gives me minus 2x plus 2 over x plus 5. I tried to factorize if it's possible. For example, in the numerator, I can factorize by 2. But perhaps it will not help me. If I factorize by 2, I will have minus x plus 1. I will not be able to simplify. You can keep it like this, yani with factorize or without. But I prefer if you can factorize to see if I can simplify. I cannot simplify, though. This is my final answer. Let's make it a little bit harder. Now I will give you an addition, but I don't have clearly the same denominator. So what can I do? So I have 7 over 9x squared plus x over 3x squared plus 3x. So I can see that I don't have the same denominator. So what should I do now? First, I look at my denominator condition. So the first one is the condition all the time. 9x squared cannot be equal to 0. So this one will give me x cannot be equal to 0. Excellent. Now the second one, I have 3x squared plus 3x cannot be equal to 0. Now we know if I need to solve not equal to or equal to, it should be factorized. So now I need to factorize this one. I will go back to my preceding parts. I have two terms. You have a visible factor. Yes, I can see the 3x. So I have 3x factor. Here it's x times x. And I still have x from the first one plus 1 from the second one, not equal to 0. And then the first one will give me x not equal to 0. And this one will give me, you know, that, and x plus 1 not equal to 0. So it will give me x not equal to minus 1. Now I will take my factorized denominator and I look at it to see how I can make them equal to each other in the same denominator. So I have 7 over 9x squared plus, and I have here, I got x over 3x times x plus 1. I need to make them the same. So I look here first. I have 9x squared, I have 3x. Can I make 3x, for example, 9x squared? Yes, by multiplying by 3x. So I will multiply times 3x. Times 3x. I need to have the same denominator. It should be the LCM and the least common multiple. So I look at 9x squared, 3x times x plus 1. So I have here missing x plus 1. I have here missing 9x squared. So if I have here x plus 1 and here 9x squared, I will have the same. So if I multiply here by 3x, I will have 9x squared times x plus 1. And what I think about the first one, I will multiply it by x plus 1. So I will have the same denominator now. So if I multiply now the first one by, I will have 7 times x plus 1 over, look what I will have, 9x squared times x plus 1 plus, here I will have 3 times x, 3x times 3, 3x squared. And look at this one, 3x times 3x, it's 9x squared times x plus 1. I have now the same denominator. So I can put it all under the same denominator, 9x squared times x plus 1 times x plus 1. And then now I have the possibility to add. And if it was minus, I have the same idea. Okay, so I have 7x plus 7 plus 3x squared. And now I just try to, I cannot do anything. So I do 3x squared plus 7x plus 7 over 9x squared times x plus 1. Now, if it's possible, I will try to factorize the numerator if it's possible. So if I can factorize it, I will factorize it to simplify. Or perhaps I cannot factorize it. Here I cannot factorize it. If I want to do S and P, I need two numbers. Their sum is 7 and then the product is 21. So I'm thinking about it. We are thinking together. Do you think we can factorize it? I think we cannot factorize it. 3. I cannot factorize. So I cannot simplify here. Okay. So I cannot find two numbers that the product is 21 and the sum is 7. So I will stop here. That's it. I will do one more for subtract, and that's it. And we will do the more application that we're gonna do, we will do it in the classroom. Okay, together, yani classwork. So the third one here, it was which example? Let me see, 3, 4 like example 4 now again. I have, for example, x plus 2 over 2x minus 2 minus 2x minus 1 over x squared minus 4x plus 3. So again, I look at the denominator condition not equal to 0, so I need to factorize both of them. Here as a advice director, when you see minus before or you see an expression, put parentheses. This one, this denominator, you can factorize it to a factor of x minus 1. If I want to solve it not equal to 0, I will have x not equal to 1. Now the second denominator, how are we going to factorize it? S and P. So P is 3 and S is 1, 4 minus 4, sorry. So what are the two numbers? It's minus 3 times minus 1. So this one we can factorize it. X minus 3 and x minus 1. So not equal to 0, it means x cannot be 3 and x cannot be minus 1. Sorry. Now I will write it as it is factorized to see what's missing to have the same denominator. So I have x plus 2 over 2 factor of x minus 1 minus, as I told you, you leave the numerator with the parentheses. And here I have x minus 3 times x minus 1. If I look here, guys, I have, look at it, x minus 1, this is visible between both. Now, what is missing here? I still need a 2. This 2 is missing in the other one, so I'll multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. What is missing here? X minus 3. So I will multiply and divide by, multiply the numerator and by x. Did you see what I mean by this? So I can say they have in common x minus 1. I still have here 2. I don't have it here, so I'll multiply by 2. I have here x minus 3. I don't have it here. I will multiply it here. So my denominator now becomes 2 times x minus 3 times x minus 1. So this is my denominator. I have it. It's 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 3. And now I need to work with my numerator. So here already, so parentheses, دايما نحطه parentheses so we'll not do any mistake. So I have x plus 2 times x minus 3 and minus 2 times minus 2x minus 1. And then I just need to fix my numerator and simplify if it's possible. And you can fix it, you can factorize it and simplify if it's possible. So I will move. So I have now x plus 2. Then so I have x plus 2 times x minus 3 and minus 2 times minus 2x minus 1 over my famous denominator. It's 2 factor of x minus 1 and x minus 3. Now I will develop my numerator. So what I will have? X times, I'm developing x squared minus 3x plus 2x. 2 times minus 3 minus 6. Here I will develop minus 2 plus 2. So it's plus 4x plus 2 over, I have the same denominator, it's 2, x minus 1, x minus 3. I will now add the like terms, x squared plus, I don't have any other x squared, so I have x squared. I have minus 3x plus x gives me minus x plus 4x, so gives me plus 3x. And I have minus 6 plus 2, it's minus 4 over 2 factor of x minus 1, x minus 3. Now I need to factorize this one to be able to simplify if it's possible. How are we going to factorize it? Which two numbers gives me product minus 4 and sum 3? I can do it, yeah. It's minus 1 times 4. If I add them, it gives me 3. So how we can factorize it? This one. So it will be x minus 1. Did you see how can I factorize it? X plus 4 over 2 x minus 1 x minus 3. I can factorize it. I can simplify it now. And now I'm back. So it's x plus 4 over 2x minus 3. Sure, we will do more application during our classwork. That's it. So this is the add and subtract, the same. So condition for the denominator, then I try to factorize it, and I see what is missing to have the same denominator. I will multiply each expression, each fraction expression by a number to have the same denominator. It could be an expression too. And then when I have the same denominator, I can add or subtract, and then I will add the same terms, and I can simplify in the end if it's possible.